Hey everybody, Doomtastic here, back with another goal guide, and today we're in Scytholis, and we'll be farming AQ20. Now this is a great farm spot. There's tons of gold to be made here. This is where you get all them plate sets that have all the revealing outfits like the Glorious, the Exalted, the Lofty, the Vanguard, the Warlords, the Peerless, the Prilord, Jadefire, the Magnificent, Merciless, War Leaders. They all that gear, all them transmogs drop here inside AQ20, so it's a lot of gold to be made. Now I've put a map up here. Your first pull, you're going to go and you're going to pull all the ads in the first room, and you're going to pull the second room up to the first boss, but don't kill the first boss. Stop at that point. Now, if you have any kind of AoE, a druid, a hunter, or anything like that, you want to, when you're killing these mobs by this first boss, you want to make sure you don't increase too far to where your AoE will pull him. If you do pull the boss, run outside the instance and reset it. Do not kill him. Alright, after you're in front of the first boss, you want to pass him down the side of the way, which will bring you into a room with the second boss, where you want to maneuver around all the ads. All these ads are part of the boss, so that way you cannot pull him and exit into the next chamber where there's more ads at. And when you enter this next room, you're going to kill the first few ads that are sitting here. They might be to the left slightly or the right. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Then you're going to go and cut and go down the right hand side with one big pull. Now running down this right hand side, you got to kind of stop and to aggro these I don't know what these big ads with the wings. The little scarabs will pretty much aggro. You just stop on top of them for like 1 or 2 seconds, and you can start pull them. Okay, but eventually those scarabs are going to start bouncing you. So if you cannot pull all the ads as you're going, if you miss some of them, you're going to have to AoE. But usually about this point right here is as far as I go down to. Yes, there are 2 or 3 extra ads down that way you can go kill if you're, you want to be real thorough, but I usually pass those up just for time. Alright, the next pull we're going to do in 2 pulls. After you've done this several times, you may be able to get it done in with 1 pull. But we're going to cross the bridge and pull this first set of scarabs and the winged guy down to the second set of scarabs. And if you can angle your bounces right, you can actually make this pull all the way to the corner. If you can't get it going to the corner, then I say end it at the second set of scarabs here, and then just make another pull all the way down. A lot of times it'll bounce you into the water. The pull I'm doing here, I'm going all the way down, but in the beginning you might want to make it 2 pulls. Next, you're going to go up the steps and cut across the middle here. There's these big giant ads here. I have never got any real good loot off these guys. They don't drop much. You can kill them if you want. I found it's probably easier just to kill if there's a couple in the way. I kill those. Otherwise, I pretty much skip them. Alright, this next room is your money room. This is you're going to get most of your drops. The silica feeders in here have the highest drop rate for the most expensive thing you're going to get in here, the Glorious Leg Plates. Glorious Leg Plates sell upwards of 150k on some servers. So make sure you check every silica feeder as you're looting to make sure you kill all the ads in here. I even went as close as to kill the ads up by the boss. As long as you don't AoE and you kill like with a single target AoE when you get up there, even if you pull this boss, you can back out of the room and it'll be okay. You'll be in the clear. You'll be good. I'm going to throw this map for this room back up a second time, because where I've marked number 7 on the map, there's a little room that's an offshoot room that maybe there was a boss originally or they had planned something there, but it has like 7 or 8 silica feeders in there by itself. So make sure you go into that room and kill those silica feeders just in case the loot. I mean, I never got the Glorious Leg Plates, but I got several other versions of them, like the Vanguard leg plates and some other stuff. As you can see in the video here, I pulled the boss. You can see her shooting at me, but I just run out of the room and we're good to go. Eventually she might send some little ads after me, but I'll be good. We're good and cleared out. Now I farmed 8 full hours in this. I got about, it took me about 14 minutes for a run, so an hour is 4 minutes of a run. On the average, I pulled about 27,000 an hour out of this dungeon. Now there were several hours where I went above 24,000 because that's when you get you get something that's worth 15, 16 grand, and it's really going to shoot your hourly wage up. I made, over the process of making this video so far, I've made 160 grand off of this. Now, the value of everything was it was over 200, but I still have a ton of stuff. But a lot of the stuff I got sold right away, like the Vanguard, and I got some a leather set called Peerless. It's kind of a slutty leather set. It sold right away. It was so fast to sell. I couldn't believe it. Then there was a Merciless set, sold right away. I do have a couple pieces of Glorious left, and I have several pieces of Exalted. I got some Lofty boots. I got like the Vanguard chest and the Vanguard legs and the Vanguard belt. Enough to where I'm going to try to farm up the whole set. But there is this is probably the most value farming wise of anything that I've ever farmed, because of the stuff in here. Everything's high dollar and expensive and sells good. I mean, even on a server where there's, you know, tons of stuff, you get the Glorious leg plates and it's set, because they're a minimum of 75 grand, and they go upwards of, you know, oh gosh, I don't even know, 150 maybe. I don't know. I'm not even sure, but it's awesome. All right, the last part of the map I'm going to throw up in here. When you're exiting out, go to the right. When you leave the room with the silica feeders, there's 3 mobs over here to the right, and then you'll turn around and you'll go back across to the left. There'll be 3 mobs there, and then if you go back over in the corner, there'll be 3 more mobs, and then on the way out, there'll be like a little group of 3 and 2, so 5 mobs. And then you're it. You just got to go back through the first room and avoid the first 2 bosses on your way back out. Run outside, reset your instances, and you can start right over. Don't forget the vendor while you're out there if you have a vendor mount, you know. And it's great. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made on this in this instance, but the best thing I can say here is don't get discouraged if your first run you don't get nothing, or even your first hour if you're really farming it. If you're serious about it, you're going to get some drops. The first hour before, the very first run through it, the first hour I ran through, I only got like 4 grand, and I was like, this ain't worth it, you know. And then my brother, he was like, yeah, you better give it another chance, because I'd researched quite a bit into it, and then every hour after that, since that first one, it went up and up and up. I mean, there was several hours where I was above 40 grand or right at 40 grand an hour, and it's just have faith. Now, some of this stuff is high dollar. If you get the Glorious leg plates, they are not going to sell overnight most likely, because that is something that, you know, only certain people are going to want. But most of the transmog that falls out of here is your common slutware for everybody slutting up their tunes and stuff. There's lots of lore stuff that comes out of here. The lore stuff sold, I mean, a lot. Like, I didn't put any of the weapons on the auction house. Well, I think maybe 1 or 2 of them I did. Otherwise, I got rid of all the weapons, and because the deposit on weapons is just too expensive. I was a skinner, and I did skin a couple hours, and I would end up with roughly 300 leather an hour while I was skinning it. But the skinning added about, it was like 5 or 6 minutes onto a run to skin all the ads out. Here's that last room that you're going to exit out on, which was the room that the second boss was in, and you just got to exit around this guy, back around, and if you do pull this, do not kill any of the mobs. Just run all the way back to the entrance and run out, because if you kill any of these trash mobs, it'll lock you to the instance. If you notice in the video, I had to switch druids halfway through because I accidentally killed one, auto kill. And here's the first boss again. I'm running by him, and you're home free, skating out to reset it. But this has been my guide for AQ20. Please like, share, subscribe. I'd very much be appreciated on it. And check out some of my other videos if you need some other gold device. I've got all sorts of them on. I'm trying to get into pet videos. I really love the pet battles, but they're a little bit finicky. I gotta kind of come up with my own stuff, because I don't want to copy everybody else's stuff. So, but thank you very much, and have a good day.